Greetings fellow Earthlings and welcome to the continuation of the series in which I sort of give people, my viewers, some advice on how to play Ancestors Legacy at a much better level. I'm currently the best in the UK at 1v1s if you look at the tournament statistics, and I'm second on the overall leaderboard so far, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about, is all I'm going to say. I've done one of these before, 1v1s, but now it's time for a 3v3. Here's my team here on the bottom. I start in the bottom left. I don't usually start in the middle. The reason is for that I just get claustrophobic. Which is the most pathetic thing ever, how I get claustrophobic in a computer game if I'm squashed in the middle, but yeah, I feel more comfortable in the corner, is all I'm going to say. I don't know why I'm saying this, but whatever. So I'm playing Slavs. My opponent on the other side of the map is Stevenus, a great player. Probably better than, better than me, I think. Overall, ooh, a bit of lag there. Although I have gotten some wins against him, so it's a little bit difficult to decide sometimes who is the best player, but Stevenus is definitely a good player. If you ever meet him in the lobby, run away because you're not going to win. No, don't do that. Yeah, so anyway, I'm taking this first village right now. I'm a little bit worried that he's going to charge at me. He's playing as the Anglo-Saxons. By the way, I'm going to talk more about my front rather than the other people's because I really don't have a clue what those two are doing. Whenever I'm in a 3v3 or 2v2, I just say basically to my team members, just don't mess up. If you don't mess up, I can handle my lane, and I can win it. Just don't mess up. Yeah, so you can see him coming for me now with some Anglo-Saxons. I charged him down here, and yeah, he had to retreat at this point. I think he placed a trap on this hill, which was very well placed. Yeah, there it is, there's a trap, so I didn't notice that, of course. Go into defensive formation if you want to spot traps. Yeah, you can see the chat there. I just had to pull back at this point because the mud trap, it slows you down, destroys your morale, does quite a lot of damage, and oh, I brought him a swordsman as well, and it stops you from retreating, so that was just a nightmare to happen. I thought I had such a good start, and all of a sudden it just collapsed like crazy. Oh, I actually lost a unit as well. This start was horrible for me. Oh, I've lost both my units. Oh, that is horrible. That's that's the worst start you can get. And I thought I was doing so well as well to that stupid trap. Traps are very overpowered. Well, no they're not. There's so many ways that you can stop them, and they do cost a bit as well, but so overpowered is the wrong word, but still they're annoying. Luckily my team member here came through. This map is a bit of a weird one. You can't really go down the middle because there's a swamp there and it slows you down, so sometimes the person in the middle, they can cross through the middle at some points. But it's very slow, so sometimes they choose an angle. Luckily my team member chose the middle. Thank you to whoever that was. I think it was, I can't remember the name. I think Jack of Diamonds or something, so thank you to him for just saving me there. That could have really messed it up if that went wrong. Yeah, so Stevenus, he's got a lot of Anglo-Saxon slingers right now. Very worried about me hitting another trap because I can't have a defeat like that. Also, the enemy in the middle has two swordsmen there as well. Yeah, I spotted one trap, so that's quite dangerous for me there. Yeah, so I'm really struggling on this side at the start, but things do pick up. My opponent in the middle is playing defensively, trying to help us both out, I think, and just make sure no one comes through the middle. If I was playing as a player in the middle, what I would personally do is try and push for B through the middle. The person on the far right of the map, I can't really see where his units are. I don't know what faction they went for, so I don't have a clue what's going on there. Right, we lost this engagement as well, although I did get armour on one of my units, so that was good. And I've got a reinforcing swordsman coming up as well to deal with that slinger unit. Yeah, but I had to still retreat there. Yeah, getting armour on another unit.
Watch yourself! Shoot! Attention!
Yeah, and I had to pull back at this point, I think. Oh no, actually I think I stayed. Yeah, I stayed because I saw those reinforcements, yeah. This was recorded a few days ago, so I'm going to make a few mistakes in what I'm actually thinking. But I'm trying my best.
Shoot! Listen! Shoot at woman! Not shot! Watch your spacing!
Yeah, saying for more slingers. It was a very long skirmish over here at the start. This took so long to actually for anything to happen. I've got 3 villages, well, we have 3 villages, sorry, and they have 3 villages, and that's just how it remained for quite a long time until we actually started to make a decent push.
Stand closer! Loose formation. Baby
Yeah, slingers can't do that much against swordsmen, but they do get a few hits when... Yeah, we don't do much. Especially now that I've got armour on my units. If Stephen is watching this, I think it would have been better if he just gave up with the slingers and instead pushed level 2 and go for like swordsman. Probably a spearman unit as well to deal with the cleavers. It would have been much better doing that. And then eventually wait for the axeman units. Oh well, this is a good strategy as well. Stephen, as I said, is a good player. He doesn't make many mistakes. Well, we all make mistakes at some point, but yeah, he would have had a strategy in mind that could have worked. Is what I'm trying to say. He could quite as easily have won this, I think. Yeah, so I'm taking village here. This is where things start to change around. You can see on the far right of the map as well. What's his name? Showman. He seems to be pushing forwards towards A to take that. I'm fighting his slingers in melee now, so he's just not going to stand a chance. So he's going to get torn to pieces. Good, he took A as well. Hasn't captured it yet, but he destroyed it. And there we go. That part of the village gone down. Now he's bringing in his axemen, so he completely like skipped the mid game and he just went straight into the late game with those axemen and armoured axemen as well. Looks like they brought in some swordsmen as well from the middle point as well, but we took the village, but we're probably going to lose it soon because yeah, those axemen are going to tear me to pieces. I need Jack of Diamonds, I need his cleavers to deal with those axemen, but he goes for I think the spearmen instead. Oh no, he does go axemen, yeah, well done. And I've got my shot there. Swordsman dealing with those spearmen. Swordsman beats spearmen quite easily, so that I knew I was going to win that. His cleaver's got quite badly destroyed though by that axeman. Anglo-Saxon axeman with armour are tough. There, finally said it. Should have started training spears at this point to deal with these axemen. I think I do actually. Yeah, you can see me building houses there, and I need to get some spearmen at this point, and income another axeman unit. But luckily my team members have managed to take A. They seem to be putting a good defensive up as well. And no one holds C at this point. It's better that no one holds it than my opponent holds it. I had quite a bad retreat here. I tried to retreat, but it caught loads of my units with those slingers there, and yeah, it caused a few problems. So I messed up there. Didn't really see what I did wrong. I think it was just like well played by the enemy, I guess. But luckily my team member came in with his cavalry here to help me out a little bit. That's sort of a job of a middle player, because on my front where I'm fighting for C versus Stevenus, their middle player is fighting me, so it's kind of like I'm fighting a 2v versus 1. But then when my team member in the middle comes in to help, then they're sort of fighting a 2 versus 1. So that's how this map works. It's a really weird map. I like it, but it's a weird one.
Shield! Replacements
Yeah,
arrived!
cleared.
Warren!
Anyway, I kept getting I keep getting my keys mixed up at this point because V is retreat and B is armor, and when sometimes I'm not fully concentrating, so I go to press B to get the armor on, and I accidentally press B and I start retreating from nothing, and it's just stupid. I've actually had to change my keys because of it, because I kept making that same mistake, just clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, it's annoying when you're about to charge for battle and then all of a sudden you press the retreat button when you're about to give them armor. But yeah, I've broken through the lines here whilst my team member pins him down, and finally my spearmen have arrived. They should tear apart those axemen quite well. But yeah, I've got lots of units pouring in now. I want to take out that axeman there at the base before he heals it. I think I should be able to. Yeah, I've got some swordsmen there to take down village as well, and yeah, he's retreating it. We've got some axemen we've got some more axemen in there, but this village is going to fall. As you can see on the right of the map, I think my team member's struggling a bit, but as long as he keeps the village, we should be fine. We've got some slingers moving in as well. Ooh, a bit of again, like, throws a little bit there. Yeah, you can see there, I've got swordsman fight spearmen, but I haven't brought my own spearmen in. The reason for that is, like, swordsmen do such a good job versus spearmen as it is. I didn't really need my spearmen in there, just thought, might as well pull them back. And you use them to flank any axemen if you decide to bring axemen in instead. Captured the village, but we lost A, so I think my team member's going to re-push for that now. Still we're 2 villages now more than them, so we do definitely have the advantage. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying these tutorial sort of things so far, in which I just say what I'm trying to think and what's going on. Yeah. I see that swordsman getting weak. I should probably retreat him at this point. Yeah, I did just retreat him just in time as well. Yeah, I got my spearmen there on the flanks as well. That's why I didn't rush my spearmen in to fight the spearmen. I was saving them so that they can battle the axemen. And I even got into my circle formation as well, which was good. He's firing at me with his slingers. I've got armor on, so his slingers don't really do that much damage. But still, I have to charge them anyway. And then I think I'll charge the axemen in the back to get them with the flank. Yeah, so this series, it's not a perfect series. Probably could. I think it's okay. It does what it needs to do. I think. I don't really know what I'm on about at this point. Got more spearmen coming in, and the axeman's completely surrounded now by quite a lot of spearmen. But still, they've beaten 1 unit of my spearmen, so it's difficult. I'm still trying to like defend that village. Probably should retreat my swordsman at this point as well. Now that we're fighting axemen, you can see in the middle there, they're pushing the middle as well, the B village. Yeah, my team members just have to keep up the pressure at this point so that I can keep this village, and we should eventually win. Yeah, and Stephen he keeps putting up the pressure against me here. Keeps bringing in lots and lots of units, but yeah, I'm just like over time just fighting them off, each one at a time. Got some help from my allies as well. Yeah, well done by them. But they're getting help by their allies as well. You can see some spearmen. They've run out of food actually, so that's good. I'm bringing in some cavalry now, just because I'm so sick of these slingers. So I thought, yeah, just bring in the cavalry and I can sort it out. And I've replenished most of my units now, so they're coming back onto the front. That's cavalry charge into their swordsmen there, so that killed a lot. Yeah, and my allies cavalry arrives as well, so that just cleans up whatever's left, stops them, kills them before they can retreat as well, so that they don't live to fight another day. That's quite important in this game, but not as important as you think. If a unit lives to fight another day, if they just replenish, it still costs them quite a bit, so, and a bit of time as well. So it's not, if you lose a unit, it's not the end of the world. And if you like take severe damage on a unit, it's not the end either. As I keep saying, although a lot of people disagree, those people just don't know how to play, there are ways how you can come back at this game. A lot of ways as well. Yeah, so you can see there, he was chasing me down, the axeman there chasing my swordsman. I just pulled him back a little bit. I was trying to like pull him back and then bring my spears in, which kind of worked, but yeah, I think it probably spotted what I was doing there. Although the spears kind of bugged a little bit weirdly there. I don't know, I think they got stuck on a house or something.
Chill, listen. Stand your wound.
Yeah, the player in the middle struggling with food as catapults, cowardly tactics. Catapults are really. I've got. I don't like catapults. I refuse to train catapults. It wasn't too bad, right? Another reason why I don't train catapults is that it just causes so many bugs as well with villages. There's just a few things in this game that just need to be fixed. Yeah, and then it should. Yeah, it should be. But oh well, we've taken like the 2 villages on the top anyway. It's just catapults. Right, we've retaken the village. And then it goes again because he's got a catapult 10 miles away. I think I charged into his village to try and kill it. This is how much I hate catapults. I'll sacrifice my entire cavalry to bring it down. I hate catapults. Same with like missile cav as well. Just yeah. Cowardly tactics. Stephen, this should have been a shield. I've used catapults, but I really don't like them. It's of course, yeah, I do use them myself at times, but it's less and less as the game goes on. There we go, we won. Yes, so hopefully you learnt something from that. Rule of 1 when playing against me, don't use catapults because I will hate you forever for it. Same, don't use missile cav because I will hate you for that as well. Archer spam, don't like archer spammers. You know, if you fight the unit in the face and not from a distance, then I like that strategy. But if you fight from a distance, nah, don't like it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, hope you learnt something. I do plan on continuing this series where I just like give a few tips as well, because a lot of the big names in Ancestors Legacy who played in the beta, big names, probably an exaggeration, they're not that big, but you know what I mean, big within the community, those sort of names. You haven't been uploading for like a series of reasons. There's not been much coverage on YouTube for Ancestors Legacy, so yeah, I'm trying to add to the media side of it. There'll be more of this stuff coming, and like tutorials for like level 1s of how to play and stuff like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you enjoy my future Ancestors Legacy videos, and goodbye.